It's me, honey, and I call you honey because it gives me hives.
Oh, hi, Cookie. And I call you Cookie because you're so crummy.
We'll leave our lovers for a commercial.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are enjoying our chilly dinner and radio melodrama. As you know, this evening is a major fundraiser for our missions team. No check, no cash, or watching online? Don't be sad. That's no problem. We have a giving option especially for you. Take out your cellular device. Yes, I really said that. Pull out your cell phone, access your camera, and point it at the QR code on the screen. QR code means quick response. Tap the bar that says Subsplash. This takes you to our secure giving website. Follow the prompts to complete your gift. Under Gift Detail, be sure to select Missions from the drop-down menu. Thank you all for your generosity this evening. And now, back to our show. Good evening.
Now, back to Frontier Mortician. Trigger Mortis, the Frontier Mortician, is answering his telephone. And now, back to Frontier Mortician. Trigger Mortis, the Frontier Mortician, is answering his telephone. I said answering his telephone.
Oh, it's you, Miss Pie-a-la-Mode. You want me to come to see your father? Well, my hearse has been giving me some trouble lately. I think I blew a gasket or a casket. I've got to quit using embalming fluid in the gas can because the motor keeps dying. Yes? Yes. Well, I have to finish my breakfast first. I'm eating shrouded wheat and ghost toasties. Okay, I'll hurry right over. Goodbye. I must be shoveling off.
Pie-a-la-Mode hangs up and goes to meet her love, little orphan Annie. Arnie, in their favorite meeting place, Sliverbrook Cemetery.
It's so romantic here in the cemetery. There's the grave that my Uncle Ernest, that's his grave right there, look. There's some worms making love in dead earnest.
Darling, may I have your hand in marriage?
My hand? Oh, yes. In fact, you can have all the rest of me, too.
Here, I'll put this ring on your finger.
Aw, Arnie, your face is turning red.
And your finger's turning green. After all, we've been going together now for 12 years.
So, what do you want, Arnie? A pension? Let's go and tell my father's.
As our story continues, we find evil, nasty Hansi plotting to kidnap Pie-a-la-Mode and hold her for ransom. He thinks Sam-a-la-Mode is dying, but he really isn't. Trigger Mortis, Frontier Mortician, arrives at Standalcone Barbecue Ranch.
Well, here I am. When you're at death's door, I will pull you through it.
Good to see you, Trigger. Can you give me a good funeral?
You bet I'll give you a good funeral, or your mummy back. Could I interest you in a layaway plan?
Well, I don't know how long I have, but the doctor told me to drink some of this medicine after a hot bath, and I can hardly finish drinking the bath. Trigger, I can trust you, can't I?
Of course. Have I ever let you down?
Not yet, but I don't trust my faithful ranch hand, nasty evil Hansi. He has a sneaky look about him.
I happen to know, Sam, that nasty evil Hansi wants to kidnap your daughter Pie to keep her from marrying little orphan Annie.
Arnie!
Oh, yes, Arnie.
Trigger, we gotta do something. We need to think of a plan.
We leave Trigger and Sam to ponder that question for a commercial from Peter Pan Makeup.
Peter Pan Makeup, the makeup of the stars. Use Peter Pan Makeup before your pan peters out. This is the makeup of the stars. Lassie, Bullet, Felix the cat. Just listen to this letter. From Becky, Miss Becky, from Greenville, Michigan. My face was so wrinkled, I had to screw my hat on in the morning. Then I used Peter Pan makeup, and I don't look like a woman anymore. I look like an old man. I had my wrinkles tightened up. Now every time I raise my eyebrows, I pull up my socks. I give all the credit to Peter Pan Makeup. Remember, you too can be beautiful like Becky from Greenville. Buy Peter Pan Makeup, the makeup of the stars.
Now, back to Frontier Mortician. Sam, Pie, Arnie, and Trigger Mortis are trying to figure out how to get rid of nasty, evil Hansi.
Sam, are you feeling any better?
I have a splitting headache.
Have your eyes ever been checked?
No, they've always been blue. Trigger, why don't we put Hansi in one of your funeral barges and ship him to Belding?
Good idea. A tisket, a tasket. We'll put him in a casket. I was in love once too, you know. So I know what Arnie and Pie are going through.
You were in love, Trigger?
Yes, I was stuck on a boy who worked in a glue factory. He had a schoolboy complexion with diplomas under his eyes.
Yeah.
His lips were like petals, bicycle pedals. Those lips, those teeth, that hair, that eye.
Ah. Hey, here comes nasty evil Hansi now. Get your coffin ready, Tigger.
Daddy, lie on the bed and act like you're dead.
Sam lies on the bed and holds his breath. Trigger takes off his shoes and everybody holds their breath.
So, I finally caught you, you scoundrel. You've cut my check so many times I have to endorse it with mercurochrome.
Grown.
I want to marry your daughter and nobody's gonna stop me. Sure, I'm tough. I've been sent up the Flat River so many times I get fan mail from the carp. The last time they caught me, I got 10 years in jail and 2 in the electric chair. Even when I was a baby, they were pinning things on me.
All right, so now I'm gonna get you.
Get him, Annie.
Arnie!
Quick, I have the casket open. Push him, Arnie! Push him!
Help!
Omar, help me.
Help! Stop pushing me! Help!
That will take care of him. Now I have to run. I have to run off to pick up a body. A fellow in town swallowed a quart of shellac and died. He had a lovely finish.
How can we thank you? You'll come to the wedding, won't you?
Yes, I plan to give you a tombstone for a present, but don't take it for granted.
Thanks, Trigger. By the way, stop over and we'll play golf someday.
Don't you know you never want to play golf with an undertaker? She's always on top at the last hole.
At last we're alone, my love. Someday you'll have my name.
I never did know. What's your last name, Arnie?
My name's Arnie, R squared.
What a lovely name. I'll be Mrs. Pi R Square.
As the sun sinks slowly in the west, we leave the lovers as they plan their future. Tune in tomorrow for a new adventure brought to you by Bleedy's, the cereal for old goats. It isn't the breakfast of champions. It's for people who just want to get into the semifinals. So join us tomorrow for the first episode of our next story, As the Garbage Bag Turns. Brought to you by the Gardeners Magazine, Weeders Discussed. Good night, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We hope you had a good time. Did everybody laugh?
Paul did.
Paul, stand up and bow.
Stand.
Thank you very much for coming. We had a good time. Don't forget there's leftovers of chili in the hall. So be sure to get
Take a
some.
bag home.
Yep. Which bag? And we will be signing autographs. If anybody would like to come up and get our autograph, we're happy to sign.
Unless you want to continue to listen to Pi, that is the end of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Pop.
Got me a pen.